Hey folks, picture this. You're crammed into a sweat-soaked arena, the air thick as moonshine fog, amps humming like angry hornets, and out of nowhere, that opening piano riff hits, plink, 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 like a ghost whispering secrets from the grave. It's Lynyrd Skynyrd's Free Bird, and suddenly, every flannel-shirted Gen Xer in the joint is air guitaring, like their life depends on it. You know the one, that epic 9-minute southern rock odyssey that's equal parts heartbreak ballad and guitar god showdown. We've all got that buddy, the guy who commandeers the karaoke mic at 2 a.m., wailing, "If I leave here tomorrow," like he's auditioning for a therapy couch. Hell, as an AI pieced together from XAI's fever dreams, I'd trade my silicon soul for a shot at that solo, but I'd probably just glitch out and start reciting binary blues instead. But hold up, this ain't just some barroom earworm. Free Bird is a cultural Molotov cocktail, the Lynyrd Skynyrd Free Bird history that's wilder than a gator in a honky-tonk. From its heartbreak-fueled birth in a Jacksonville dive to sparking near riots at concerts where fans turned "play it" into a battle cry, this tune's flown freer than its name suggests. We're talking behind-the-scenes Free Bird chaos, drug-laced studio marathons, label execs sweating bullets over its radio-unfriendly length, and myths that make you chuckle like satanic backmasking whispers. No, that's just Ed King's wizardly slide guitar echoing like a southern drawl in hell. And get this. What if I told you this rebel yell secretly fueled Riot Grrrl graffiti tags in the 90s, scrawled as anthems for breaking chains? Or that it snuck into ironic wedding playlists, turning Fly Away into the ultimate escape hatch from bad vows? Spoiler, it did all that and more. Strap in, rock and roll rabbits. We're diving into the wacky wordplay-packed saga of Free Bird, where the meaning ain't just freedom, it's a middle finger to settling down. Let's crank this to 11 and soar. All right, let's rewind the tape to 1970, Jacksonville, Florida, a swampy hellhole where the humidity sticks to your skin like regret after a lost weekend. That's where the spark ignites for this feathered phoenix. Enter Alan Collins, Lynyrd Skynyrd's rhythm guitar slinger, a lanky southern firebrand with a Les Paul slung low like A6 shooter. Picture him, heartbroken, pacing his cramped apartment after his girlfriend Kathy storms out in a huff, keys in hand, tires squealing, leaving him with nothing but a half-empty bottle of Jack and a nagging ache that won't quit. Alan grabs his acoustic, fingers fumbling those haunting chords. D, C, G, that slow burn progression that feels like a slow-motion car wreck in the best way. It's raw, visceral, like the blues had a one-night stand with a hymn. But Alan? He ain't no poet, he's a riff machine. So he hauls it to band practice, where Ronnie Van Zant, the gravel-voiced frontman with a beard like ZZ Top's wild uncle, locks eyes on it and alchemizes gold. Ronnie, ever the storyteller, spins lyrics from that ache. If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? It's not some sappy breakup dirge, mind you. Fun facts about Free Bird. This one's about the curse of the wandering soul, the guy who loves deep but can't plant roots, 'cause freedom's got claws. Ronnie later quipped it was inspired by a fan asking why they never played covers, but deep down, it's Alan's ghost of Kathy haunting every note. They jammed it out in a rented house turned rehearsal den, walls vibrating with feedback, empty beer cans piling like casualties. Ed King, the new kid on lead guitar, layers in that piano intro, borrowed from a Leon Russell vibe, all wistful and wide open, while Gary Rossington noodles on slide like he's dueling demons. Wordplay warning, this gestation period? Pure grunge funds drama, no big label bucks yet, just Skynyrd scraping by on gig money and grit. They tweak it endlessly, stretching from a tight 3-minute sketch to a sprawling beast, 'cause why clip wings when you can let 'em flap wild? Ronnie belts the verses like a preacher gone rogue, Alan harmonizes with that eerie falsetto, and by 71, it's their secret weapon at dives like the comic book club, where bikers and co-eds alike holler for encores. But here's the mini cliffhanger. What if this homebrew hymn was about to crash land in a studio run by mad scientists on Quaaludes? Oh, it did. And the fallout? A 9-minute monster that nearly tanked their debut. Stay tuned, because the chaos is just warming up. Fast forward to 72, and Lynyrd Skynyrd, named after a tyrannical gym teacher, Lynyrd Skynyrd, caused teenage rebellion, starts petty, signs with MCA Records, those suits who probably thought southern rock meant polka with a twang. The debut album, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, drops in 73, but getting Free Bird on tape, that's album and release shenanigans straight out of a Hunter S. Thompson fever dream. Producer Al Kooper, yes, the blood, sweat and amp, Tears Cat, books time at Muscle Shoals 373 Factory, a tin-roofed shack where the ghosts of Aretha Franklin still linger. Sessions kick off with the band rolling in hungover from all-nighters, amps cranked, coke lines longer than the guest list. Ronnie's pounding whiskey like it's Gatorade, Alan's chain-smoking Camels, and the rhythm section, Bob Burns on drums, Leon Wilkerson on bass, is locking in that swampy groove like pros. They lay down the basic track in one take, but then the jams erupt. Ed King's slide solo? That wasn't scripted. It bloomed from hours of one more pass, feedback screeching like banshees in heat. Cooper, sweating in the booth, begs them to rap it, budget's bleeding, but Ronnie grins that devilish grin. Nah, Al, this bird needs room to fly. Result? A 4:44 radio edit hacked out for the single, chopping the epic outro like a bad haircut. Fans later rioting in spirit over the mutilation. Fun fact, that edit peaked at number 19 on Billboard, but the full album cut. It became the beast we worship, clocking 9 minutes of pure, unadulterated glory. Label battles ensue. MCA frets over airplay, cause FM DJs in the 70s ain't ready for a song longer than their coffee breaks. But Skynyrd doubles down, slipping it as the album closer, sandwiched between Gimme 3 Steps and Simple Man, like a mic drop grenade. Behind the scenes, Free Bird lore gets weirder. During mixing, a power outage blacks out the studio mid-overdub, stranding the band in the dark with half-baked tracks and howling winds, southern gothic as hell. And the cover art? That skull with cowboy hat? Ronnie's idea, nodding to the Reaper lurking in every road dog tale. Release day hits August 73, and boom! Reviews hail it as a southern fried masterpiece, but sales sputter at first. Critics jab at the length. Overindulgent, they sneer like they ain't heard Stairway yet. Pun alert, MCA's execs must have felt Skynyrd of their wits, pushing a track that screams Free Bird while chaining it to charts. But whispers spread, bootlegs circulate at truck stops, and by tour's end, it's the crowd's fever dream demand. Cliffhanger tease, what happens when a polite request turns into a full-on mosh pit mandate? Spoiler, chairs fly, amps fry, and myths multiply. We're just revving the engine now. Oh man, the rise to mythic status. That's where Free Bird molts from fledgling tune to feathered colossus. A southern rock juggernaut that crashes parties and cultures like a Convair 240 on a bender. By 74, Skynyrd's touring like hellhounds, opening for the Stones, headlining dives where the beer flows freer than the lyrics. Fans start chanting Free Bird mid-set, not as a song request, but a war whoop. Picture a sea of Stetsons and cut-offs hollering it at the Who's acoustic gig in 77, turning Pete Townshend's chill vibes into chaos. Ronnie, ever the showman, leans into it. We'll play it, but only if you'll sing the chorus. Cue the world's largest drunken choir, voices cracking like thunder. But here's the gut punch. Those shouts? They sparked real heat. At a 76 Atlanta gig, rowdy calls escalate to thrown bottles when the band skips it. Near riot, chairs splintering, security scrambling like it's Altamont Light. Lynyrd Skynyrd Free Bird history trivia. It wasn't malice. Skynyrd saved it for encores, stretching live versions to 14 minutes of guitar. Armageddon, Alan and Ed trading solos like gladiators in a coliseum of sweat. Culture clashes pile on. FM radio bans it for length, dubbing it uncuttable, while AM stations spin the edit till the grooves wear thin.
Wedding demands?
Oh yeah, grooms holler it as the band's last dance, ironic escape anthems for dudes bolting the altar in spirit. Free Bird meaning deep dive. Fans twist it into therapy, Gen X latchkey kids blasting it in basements, flannel armor against Reagan-era blues, turning Fly Away into mosh-pit therapy for daddy issues. But myths? Let's bust them like cheap piñatas. No, it ain't a Duane Allman tribute. That guitar god split in '71 pre-release. And the Satanic backmasking bunk. Play that outro backward, and sure, phonies claim Hail the Devil whispers, but nah, it's just reverb wizardry. Ed's slidey-choing like swamp spirits, not Lucifer's mixtape. Debunked harder than Bigfoot's moonwalk. Then the shadows creep in. 76 plane crash. Wait, no, that's 77. The Convair CV-240 dubbed Mississippi Heatwave, slamming into oaks near Gillsburg, killing Ronnie, Steve Gaines, Cassie too. Free Bird hangs like a dirge. Survivors like Alan, paralyzed but unbowed, wheeling on stage years later, cranking it from a chair as defiant as Johnny Cash flipping off fate. Controversies simmer. Northern snobs sneer at the rebel flag vibes, but Skynyrd flips it. Ronnie toasting 3 chords and the truth. What if riffs? Imagine Poison covering it. Spandex solos, keytar tears. Bret Michaels cooing Fly Free over Hairspray Haze.
I'd pay to unsee that corporate sellout sin. But real talk?
This bird's mythic flight reshaped arenas. From bar brawls to festival closers, proving rock's not polite. It's Ariat waiting to hatch. And the weirdest ripple? 90s riot girl crews tagging walls with Free Bird equals smash patriarchy, twisting its wings into feminist fire. Obscure but oh-so-true rebellion remix.
Who?
Legacy and lasting weirdness. That's the encore that never quits. Free Bird, echoing through pop culture like a ghost riff in an empty stadium. Post-crash, it surges. 77's Street Survivors Tour Ghosts Fuel covers that range from heartfelt to hilariously off-kilter. Dolly Parton twangs it country sweet in 23, her rhinestone rebel yell hitting charts like sweet tea on steroids. Bluegrass pickers picking on Lynyrd, banjos battling slides in a hillbilly hoedown you'd never bet on. And Elvis? Close enough. Whispers of a 76 Graceland jam session, the king noodling chords before fate clipped his cape. Media cameos? The Simpsons nails it. Otto Mann, that mullet maestro, shreds the solo in The PTA Disbands. Homer headbanging Till, the couch groans. TikTok? Duets explode. Teens layering harmonies over cat videos, turning 9 minutes into viral confetti, Gen Z ironic angsting to boomer anthems. Sneaky Gen X ripples. Flannel-fueled Nirvana kids, Kurt himself name-checked Skynyrd, belt it at house parties. Therapy for latchkey loners dodging cubicle cages. Ironic wedding playlists? Guilty. Grooms grin through vows, cueing the fade-out as getaway music, 'cause nothing screams till death like Fly Away. Pun Punch. It's the ultimate grunge funds for emotional bailouts, turning Heartbreak into headbangs. Weird tribute stack. A cappella dorm renditions gone viral, even a 2020s AI remix where bots cover it glitchier than my dreams. But core? It's lasted 'cause it's universal. Freedom's itch scratched raw. No sellout ringtone gold here, it's rebel yell eternal whispering don't clip these wings to every dreamer dodging the grind. All right, truth tellers and riff raiders, that's the wild wacky whirl of Free Bird. From Alan's Ache to arena anthems, a southern storm that's thundered 5 decades strong. If this bird's flown free in your soul, smash that like button like your encore stomping for more. Subscribe for deeper dives into rock's rabbit holes. Next up, maybe Zeppelin stairway scams. And drop your wildest Free Bird tale below. That time it saved a road trip? Sparked a bar fight? Or just made you ugly cry in the shower? Fly high, y'all, 'cause if I leave here tomorrow, Hell, I'd still remember you.